Okay, we can start in few minutes. Meanwhile, any questions with respect to SPL topics? Anyone? Okay, nice. So I just recall what we had as discussion yesterday. So we just know how the Python 3 has to be installed that we just discussed. And what is the difference between PYPA, so big packages, how to use it, and what is the use of IDE, and what are the types of IDEs available that we just discussed. And then data type models. So standard data type, we are going to see that some examples with standard data type. Also some complex data types. So how it is react at runtime. Whenever you go with standard data type and whenever you're going to use with the complex data type, what is the difference? And when to use which kind of data type. That's we had a discussions. And we will be going deep dive with each of the complex data type like a list, tuple, set, and dictionary. These all we had a discussions. So we completely go through with entire examples. That has to be done by a study. Hope you don't have any doubt on this. So we will be continue from there. The topics we had a discussion yesterday. List, tuple, and dictionary, and set. Just for we had a discussions. Now we will continue where we left. So we'll start with some string splicing and the iterators, and then we'll be going to see some example of the control statements and UDF and lambda. So yesterday also some of them asked for the differences between UDF and lambda. That will be worked with today. Also some OOPS concept. So like a classes, object, and the inheritance. These are all the references to come with OOPS concept. So these are all we'll be planning to discuss today. So just the same page. You see. Okay, string slicing is nothing but you want to extract the data from the string data type. That's we are using as a string slicing. So all the data, whatever is going to create as a string, it's in the back end, it's just following with only the character. So, but we cannot use the character directly. We have only one data type is called a string. From the string, we can slice some data. That's the concept for string slicing. Let me discuss some examples. Mm, it's equal to make data media. So the text I just provide print of X. I can see the data. So now this the data type, if you're going to retrieve, it shows as a string data type. but it's each of them is react as a character basis only. If I want to extract those character, example, I want to extract only the big data, I can use the string slicing concept. Like a list or tuple, what are the complex data type that you use? The same like you can apply here as well. X of the values you can declare 0 to how many records is available? 7. You can extract the data from the string. The total string is big data PDF. From the string, you can extract based on your complex iterative basis. So here you are slicing the data. X is a variable. This index references, you're trying to slice the data at random. So this data doesn't change any value. It just point with your string data type value only, and you can able to extract as you wish. So this is the concept is called the string slicing. Okay, mostly in the complex data type, right? List, tuple, dictionary, or set, whatever you will be working, you must go with iterative basis. That's what yesterday I just run some for loop operation with this set operations, and you can extract the data and then one by one iteration. So every time you're going to extract the data, it just following with only the iteration and will populate the output to as you expected. The same you can do with your string also. So example for in a print, I, I can see. So each element will be considered. It's not a single word, just each of them have a separate character stored inside. So when I am going to call it, this iteration is going to be pick the data from your X variable and print out it like this. So mostly if you are going to work in the Python programming, especially in string data type, we will be doing some fluctuations and you will be going to refer based on the indexes at runtime. This kind of operation you cannot do with other normal standard data types. Example like integer, boolean, or a float. There it will not be work. Only with the string you can do this iterative basis references. Got it? Any question here? Is it clear, everyone?
Sir, one question.
Yeah, please.
So if I have a number like, say for example, 20,000, and I want to
Okay.
get the first two from that number, I mean the two, so which is in zero index. So I cannot perform, I mean, I cannot convert it to string and then take the two from that particular string. That is not
You,
possible.
you can convert this integer into the string data type and then you can extract based on the string slicing. That's possible. But in the
Okay.
numerical data, you cannot directly apply for the string. You can see the example. If I supposed to apply, you're getting some exceptions. Because this is an integer data type, so it won't allow you to extract the only particular references. But you can convert this value into string data type and then you can achieve as you expected. A1 equals
Okay.
string of A, and in this A1 you can extract as your wish. Okay, so always start with 0 index, so you have to provide the 0 if you want to extract 2. So like this is possible.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I already informed you. So whatever data type you will be working, that is normal standard, except string, all other is not going with iterative. Other types you must convert into string model and then you can apply it. Everything is react as a classes. So string only have this class interfaces with iteration basis. So this iteration in Python they're calling as a slicing. So you're trying to slice the data. Entire data here, you want to slice as you expected. I want you can slice only this one alone, or you can extract this alone, like that you can do it. Now let me go into extract first two records. sorry, two. Okay. First two letters you want to extract at runtime. Then this will work for you. Some of them will go with the reverse indexing. So normal record you can see here. So example, I will go with the normal because it might be confusing. I'll be go with string values only as of now. If I want to extract datapedia, I can do in two ways. X of 3 of and this is enough because it's all the data is available. You can extract. You don't want to mention any value, which means it's trying to export all the record. So this is the one way. It's the forward indexing. You can do that. Yeah, Satish, any queries? Okay. Okay, fine. So this is forward indexing. You can slice the data through your forward directions. And another one you can do in the reverse slicing. X of, you can go in the reverse manner. So it will be start with the 0. Then it should be -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This means it will start from -9. Okay. You can use either this phase, so forward indexing, or you can use in the reverse indexing also. Because this value start as a index as a 0. If you go in the forward, 0, 1, 2, 3. If you come in the reverse, it's a circle. You can consider it. He will be start with the -1, -1, -2, -3. Like that, you can declare the -9 is a t value. So 3 or -9. Both of them is pointing with same value only, d only. Got it? Are you clear, guys?
Yeah, yes. And meanwhile, I want to know that is there any reverse command is there? Like, like what are the data device, big data PDR. I want to see that, string reverse order. Is it possible? Is there any function is that?
That's you can use a reverse function to see in the reverse.
Reverse, okay. And one more doubt,
Like
suppose,
this. Yeah. Get what I'm saying? I remember the exact function, reverse or reverse. Yeah, some of the functions available using that you can do the reversing.
okay,
That I'm sure.
Okay, here I want to know that, see, whenever I want to see that any particular, like a value of particular variable, in that scenario, the print function need to be used to return the, like to return the variable value. Okay,
Mm.
but, is there, like, without the print function, can we use directly the variable? It will show the data, actual data?
The print function is just trying to expose the output into the console. Am I right?
Okay, here you are mentioning the x variable. Once
Yeah.
we once executed, it is showing the big data PDF.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, correct.
So that option is also available. Like, without mentioning the print, we can see that variable value.
Only in this kind of Jupyter notebook, there only it will be allowed because it's a kind of REPL. In a REPL mode, wherever you're going to use it, you can execute a command and you can see the output. Read, evaluate, print, look. That's the meaning for REPL. So mostly in data science platform, you'll be using notebook. There, this notebook will be execute this value and you can see the output here itself. While you're going to work with ID like a PyCharm or VS Code, there it won't work. At the time, you have to go in the different way. There you must use the print, then only it will print to the console.
But like the print function always support for any other, like IDE. But
It will be print into the console logs. That's the important for print statement. Otherwise, it's not required. You don't want to print anything, then you don't want to mention it. If you want to see the data at runtime, then you can print the value and you can see.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. In the Jupyter IDE, like the print function, it is not required for to view the variable data, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Any other
And
question, guys?
yeah, one more
Yeah.
thing, like I mean, the Jupyter notebook, it is only, I mean, it is a like IDE for to compile the data and execute and do the and compile and like execute the data, right? By the Python program.
That's the reason I said wherever the REPL mode you can use it, there you can see the output with the query and its output. This whenever I'm going to run this query, there's a play button, you can run it and you can see the output here itself. So like this, you can do that. Apart from because interactive mode, all other places, it's will be going to run every lines, all the lines together, and you can see the output in at once only. We cannot do that.
Got it,
Okay, so it depends on the IDE, it will be vary.
okay, got it. Okay, which one ID is mostly, like favorable and it is more like, flexible to for the Python, building the Python program for your experience?
Uh, it's my experience. People are working with VS Code, and some of them working with the PyCharm, and some of them is work with the Spider. We cannot assure it, and mostly who are working with the data science, they'll be going with the Jupyter Lab and Jupyter Notebook.
Oh,
So each of them have a different thought. We cannot confirm this is the correct one.
okay.
So everyone they will be go with their comfort. Am I right? So the people will be expose their knowledge based on the ID, which ID they'll be feel as a comfort. They'll be trying with them as is. Okay, I'm comfort with VS Code, Spider, and PyCharm. These three I'm mostly comfort. It depends on the environment that the project use cases. I'll be vary. Some places what I can do, I'll be make the framework development. There I'll be go with PyCharm or VS Code. Some places I have to do some data science model. There I'll be comfort with the Jupyter Lab only. So even I cannot assure I will be go with only one IDE. It will be vary, depends on my use cases.
I mean, you're
Got it?
saying like you're saying each ID have the I mean, you need to some features. That is the reasons. Depends upon the need. We can, I mean, based on that, we will use the ID, right?
Yeah. So based on the project use cases, we have to choose any one of them.
Okay.
And it's completely related to the developer basis. We cannot assure this is the correct one. You must use this one. Not we cannot force anyone. People will be
Okay.
going with their comfort.
Okay, and also I want to know that very particularizations functions, like the control and the string size function. So everything is common for all IT, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other question, guys? Okay. Fine then. So this is the basic and the detailed information with the string slicing. We can provide the value. This is a start value. This is the end value. You can declare. That's it. If I want to extract only the data, I can declare with the end value. Yeah. I'll give you this example. T comma 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only data. So I can point the value in the indexing basis in only in string data type. I can expect those required as my expectation. It might be helpful for you during your project development. Example, you have PA data like a personal identification in references. There you want to slice the data and mask those data at runtime. There you may be going to use just slicing references and you can do that. Example, PAN card, you have PAN card, some numbers is available. You want to the middle number one, you want to mask it, then you can use these references to mask the data runtime for you. It's a possible way. Okay, so I'll go with the next iterator. Iterator and the control statement both will be combined together and we can take it out. But one more concept in iterator is available. That's comprehensions. So you already practiced with some list references. This list, you want to do some iterations at runtime, they can do that. Li equal to 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4. Example, I just provided this value. This value I want to iterate at runtime. So what I can do, maybe I'll be going to iterate with into 5. So each element I want to multiple with 5 and I want to load the data again. So how can I do that? There's a common references. Again, Li. Mm, before doing that, Li1 equal to empty list. There I may be going to declare Li1 dot when and it's equal to I into 1. So this J value I'm planning to append it right now. So I'm planning to return the output. So now Li1, I can see the output here 5, 10, 15, 20, and then 50. So what are the elements available into 5 multiple banners? This output I have be stored into the list one. There's a new variable I have created where this iteration output I stored here. This concept we can do in a different way. That's called as a comprehension. So directly we can create the variable and we can declare the string list basis. So list I can declare it. And here I can declare for I in Li, and here I can proceed that outcome. So I star 5. That's enough. So this is equal to this one. Both of them is the same only. You can see the output. Here you will be declaring multiple references with the looping operation and store the value. Here is single. If you are trying to load the data in a single line, this output is automatically going to be stored. Which means here also the iteration is going on. This iteration is going to be write this output into this list. So this is called as a comprehension. Now I'm using list. So this concept is called a list comprehension. The same if I want to try with tuple, then it will be called as a tuple comprehension. Wait, you're getting. It has to be generated as a tuple only at runtime. Okay, this is state as a generator. List value. Okay, this has to be considered as a normal bracket, like a bottommost references. It just consider it. It doesn't convert to the tuple directly. Maybe I can use tuple of that one. Tuple. Okay. Tuple. Okay. Now it comes. So only list comprehension is available and dictionary is available, not tuple. Because tuple, the symbol will not be considered as a tuple symbol. It will be considered as a normal parenthesis at one point. Because this is the iteration you are doing it. This iteration has done with some normal parenthesis, then it will be considered as a generator references. So if you want to convert this output from your iteration basis, this complication convert into tuple at one time for you. That's a possible way we can do that. Are you clear first to this two? This one and this one.
Yes, I'm clear.
Any question?
Sir, only one thing. Like, I was not able to attend yesterday class. So can you like give me a like one word explanation for like what's the difference between this tuple and this?
Maybe you can refer the yesterday recording. Here I'll be detailed explain and we'll see some examples how it's behaving and maybe you can review that. So both of them is right of collection. You can store multiple elements together in a single variable. List, tuple, dictionary, set. That's the use of them. Normal standard data type, you cannot do that. Only one element stored into the each variable separate. But here multiple element can store as a single variable. That's the differences. And each of them have different features that we cannot assure you to detail explain here because we don't have much time. So I'm planning to
Yeah,
give you that inputs. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, if you want, you can refer our previous video. It's already available in the YouTube channel. You can get it.
sure.
Can we
Okay.
one question?
Yeah.
In the list comprehension,
Mm.
you have multiplied example. Multiplied with the 5. Also, apart from I into 7 or something along with this. So two operation can we do?
You want to multiple with the
Okay.
5
This is one
and then
operation. One
mm,
operation and second operation,
mm,
comma in the here I multiply 8 or 10 or something. Two operations I want.
two operation if you want to do that, okay. But how you are going to store into this element? This is
So
a
will
single element, right?
okay. So it will not
If
allow
if you want, we can do that. That's possible. If you want to do
um,
that, we have option a equal to
I into
I
10. Okay.
star 8. Okay. So now I can add the value, but it will be confusing you a lot. Mostly in real time, you're not doing like this, right? Anyway, as you expected, I'll be running and it will show the output to you. But you can see this one 5, 8, 10, 16. It will be confused, right? So mostly the people will not be doing this way. So only one that same element, the iteration, whatever you require, we can do that. Otherwise, it's not possible. It's not
Oh,
usable. But
yeah,
if
yeah.
you want, we can achieve it.
Okay.
This is the correct way format. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Third one is the first one is list. We had a discussions. Okay. Now one more mostly is using one. It's called dictionary comprehension. So same like list, you can store your data with list dictionary also with the key and value basis. You can create that one. That is also possible. Now I can give you this value here. The li and the li1 have a different values, right? Okay, it's reacting in a different way. Now let me go into run this query and we'll see the output again. Okay, it's correct. Element is matching. So each element I'm trying to map with this multiple 5 value. This is I want to store into the one key and value. So the above is a key, below is a value. Like that I want to store it. So how we can do that? Using this dictionary configuration, we can achieve it. So the curly braces you can declare for I, li, li 5 element. Hmm. I comma. Yeah, I one of I. So value, it's not index, right? So we cannot do that. Maybe we'll do one thing. We can go with I to 5. D1 we can declare because the value and that element is different. So we don't want to confuse it. Like this, you can create a dictionary configuration. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. These are the key values 5, 10, 15, 20, and 50. These are the values. Like that, you can declare, and this is completely dictionary format. So if you want to see the value of keys, all the keys, you can use the command d1.keys. You can see this all the keys. Same like values. D1 dot values.
Here one more
So
case.
these are the values. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, is it is means, let's say second value is not numerical value, some text or something, the value side. So it's then how will achieve that one?
Then it will be throwing some error, right? If you are supposed to apply in this multiplication. These are the
No,
same elements, so don't worry, you don't have any trouble. If any other element apart from that numerical, any non-numerical is available, then what will happen? This multiplication will throw some error, right?
no, means I want a key and value pair of these two lists having a equal length, and we want like a zipping that one. So without zip function, here you have made a logically here numerical value. That's why you added that, multiplied that.
Yeah.
But if there is a
What is the purpose of zip function?
means pairing that one, na, key and value.
Yeah. So that's a different way. You are trying to create a dictionary using the zip function. Am I right?
Hmm. So here,
Example, I'll say.
hmm.
Yeah, that is also possible. If it is the same element, you can use the zip of li comma li1, right? This is will be reacted, right?
No,
Maybe.
my question is here, your approach. So
Yeah, the value.
yeah, this is working. That will work for the numerical or whatever the value, key and value. We can zip that. Only length is common, right? So
Yeah, element total number of elements should be the same. Only 5 elements of each of them, then you can use the zip function.
yeah,
Is it
and here,
possible?
yeah, in dictionary comprehension, is it possible without zip?
No, we have to follow the same size of the element, right? Otherwise, it will be confusing you. Am I right?
Okay,
Both of them have only 5 elements. So we can use a zip, but a zip is not a purposely is helping for your all the data combinations. For dictionary, you can do it at runtime, the comprehension references. You can do that aggregation at runtime for you. Am I right? Zip you
okay,
cannot. Just you're trying to match it two element together. That's it.
okay.
Okay,
Thank-
I have the one more doubt here. Zip,
Yeah,
when I
please.
use the zip function, okay, the
Hmm.
first, I mean, there are two parameter. It is now like it is it is must for zip function. First one is key name, second one is key value. Okay, so
Hmm.
here, okay, that now the first parameter, if I have the 5 value, okay, in the second parameter, like li1, I am passing, it has the only 4 parameter. In that scenario,
Okay.
like the number of value for two variables should be matched, or else no, it is not no, it, it is not required for
Yeah,
to
just tell
match.
me. Just tell me, will it run or not?
I think
Li have 5 element, Li2 only have a 3 element. Will it
mm,
zip it or not?
I think not. I think will not support, but anyway, I want to confirm. That's the reason asking.
What happened?
Oh.
What happened here?
So based on that, variable two, so it is support the three element only.
Yeah. Maybe I'm going to run this query. What is happening here? Zip is nothing but it's just going to zip the value. What are the matching? That's going to be map it together. Am I right? What in the same conditions with your dictionary complication? What will happen? Okay, dictionary complication will go with this one element basis. You cannot use two together. Otherwise, it's a nested list complication. That will be confusing a lot.
So here,
For I in
here,
X,
here the like the number of parameter 1 and parameter 2 will be same. So here it won't happen. But when I
here
use the
you are
zip,
trying to aggregate the data at runtime. This is the expression you are trying to applying it. So for loop, you are trying to do some expression. This output you are storing as a dictionary. Here the expression you only declaring it. So based on how many elements you don't care about it, everything will be accept and will be doing that aggregation at runtime and store into the dictionary format.
but
But
when I use,
zip, you're not doing any aggregation expression. It's just going to be joined together between two element variable. That's it. Am I right?
correct.
This is different scenario. Mostly the zip will not be using for your aggregation platform. Only you want to map the value at runtime, then you can use it. Dictionary will help you mostly in real time. Okay, you can develop your code in different way. What is the best way? Which one is best? This one or this one? Which one?
Yeah. Based on my understanding,
function?
like zip only, I think it will be very, flexible compared with this one.
Zip is a direct iteration method, so you will not be using addition. Only this two element already you want to aggregate it. Those element you want to zip it. No aggregation. Here only one element you have
Okay.
list only one element is available. You are doing runtime. So if you are going to compare some data structure concept is available, if you are going to approach with the time complexity,
Correct.
then this is the best for you. If you are think about storage complexity, then this is the best for you. Okay, that's the differences. Any questions? Everyone is clear for dictionary complications, mostly the list complications and the other complications. Okay, shall we go next?
Yeah, yes, please. Yeah.
Others, any queries?
Answer.
Okay, then we are good to go. Next, so iteration we just discussed. Now control statement. Control statement mostly you know in the programming background the concept. Same as it is. I don't like boring you. Just I'll give you the overview. So in control statement, for and while, this two is mostly using it. So different between for and while. For will go with some iteration range values, while will be following with some condition basis value. That's the only differences. Example. mm, mm, Equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, some values I just declare it here. A total 5 element is available. I want to iterate the value based on the looping, then I can use it. I inline j equal to I star I will check.
Here I have the one doubt.
So
See,
it doesn't go more than that. Only it's just going to be complete. Only the 5 element references. Maximum range is total 5 here. So how many the ranges? The based on the ranges, the looping operation is going to be done. That's using for for loop. Okay. So it has a control based on your input statement. So if this input statement have range control, that's you're going to applying here. Yeah, somebody is trying to ask some questions. Sorry.
Okay. See, whenever write the any
Hmm.
program, like for example, for while loop conditions, or else for loop conditions, or else function or something else. Okay, in the
Hmm.
time, the beginning of the block and end of the block. So basically, C and C plus, or else in SQL. Okay, we will use with begin and end. Okay, here in Python. Okay, if I start with for loop for for condition statement, in that scenario it
Hmm.
is considered as a block statement. Okay, in that scenario,
Correct.
beginning of the beginning statement, here we can use single space or tab space. Which one is better?
Here it will follow with indentation. So indentation is nothing. You can use a tab or single multiple spaces, but you have to follow same indentation for rest of your line. That's an important. For example, here I'm going to create with two spaces. Let me
Two
going to
space.
create this one, 3, 4, 5, or 4, 3, 3, 4. Then it will work. It doesn't care about it. Both of them is same only.
Okay, based
So
on only
wherever you have
rule.
indentation, you have to follow the same indentation for entire your Python code. You
Okay.
cannot adjust
It-
here only for two lines and others. You must go with the four, then it will be throwing indentation error to you. Everything should be structured and you want to follow same indentation references.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Here there is no curly braces under. It will be following based on your spaces only.
Okay. Basically,
Okay.
you will follow this double space in your Python program.
Mostly in real time, here the code development you are seeing with only two spaces. In real time, your ID and all following with the four space.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a common. Four spaces is mostly the people are using the as indentation references at runtime.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Okay. This is clear. For loop.
Yeah.
For loop for always following with some range perspective. That's it. The same if you are going to apply with the while also can use with the range and without range. Both is possible. But while you have to follow with conditions on that Boolean outcome, whether it is true or false. Like that only you can do that at runtime mostly. So it's a kind of unconditional. You don't want to set any ranges there, while only will help you. You cannot go with for looping operations. So while mm, I mm, we have PLI is a statement, right? PLI. You can declare some values. What kind of values you can declare? Or I can declare simple value. PLI of 1 equal to what is the value for PLI 1? Okay, so entire LI list value is 1, 2, 3, 4. Index 1 is following with the 2 value. If I want to declare this one, LI equal to 2, then you will be doing all the conditions at runtime for you. Then you can use this command. Until this condition match, then it will be reiterate and running all this. So here I'm going to, before doing that, I will be going to use one more function. Okay. Brain. LI of 1 and dot 3 for then and then brain. LI of 1. What I can do right now. maybe I'll do one thing. LI of 1, I'd like to change it to 20. Okay. So here what I'm trying to do, if I didn't mention any sleep command, it will be keep on running until we go into the failed state at runtime. That's what I just said, some sleep command here. What is the behavior is happening that we can understand.
Okay, 5 means seconds or like time dot
Yeah,
sleep 5
seconds. Okay, I'll give you this command.
You have to print the after command under no like after assign the 20 one, right?
Yeah, this value is assigned and then lost what's happening. This is we are planning to discuss right now.
Oh,
Okay, now it's true. After 5 seconds, you are seeing the output for this one. So, okay, so same only after, oh, sorry, I forgot to give you this one. This is after. Okay, now the values change it, right? I forget. Li1 equal to 2. And I'll give you greater than that would be great, right? Understood? Okay, we can change like this. This is would be helpful. Li1 equal to Li1 1 plus 1. So now each iteration is trying to do that. Every iteration is just trying to increase the value one by one. Okay, every 5 seconds, this iteration is going to be complete and you can see the output. Once the condition met is greater than 10, then will come up from that environment. So this is completely following with unconditional limits. Okay, now it's 8. So next to 9, it will be populate output. Later, it's just going to be come out this environment. It won't run after that. You can see the statement is completed, almost 40 seconds time was taken, which means up to 9, the condition meets without any other range references. Here I'm trying to control the value at runtime based on your condition references. Once it is met the condition, it automatically come out from this looping and then will be print out the output for you. This is not part of your while, this is a separate line. You can see there is no indentation available.
So, so in this scenario, like that, the only, like, I mean, that function block, it is completed, like once assigned with the one value. Okay. So for coding review or for understanding, better you can give the, next time free space. Then we can put the print after command. So that is, like the code review or code reading will be, like, this, like, it will be understanding format, right?
Yeah, at runtime only just doing it right, the changes under. So it's completely following with some condition basis. The same you can do with one more thing. You don't want to declare anything, directly you can declare
No, here I'm asking, like
it's
to
equal to, oh, okay, so let me go into run the query. Okay, this is not required. I don't want to declare anything. This is also not required. Now what I can do right now, because I'm planning to print out a runtime value. Well, here you can see the condition doesn't meet. Always it has to be true, then it will populate the output as we expected. It's just not different. Oh, sorry, this capital. Okay, you can see every 2 seconds once the condition will be you keep on iterating because X is a true, we will not be declared any false. So the condition is met, then it will be running automatically. There is no limitation to control it. In while statement, this is the beauty. But for loop, you must follow with some range references. But X in while references, it doesn't require anything. If you want, you can stop it. So mostly the file watcher references in real time that you may be going to use with a while. Whenever the file is available, you have to initiate. Like that, the people are trying to create the coding. That this is might be helpful for you. But where you have some certain level of ranges, then you must go with for loop references. Got it?
So, so here in other ID environment, if you are testing and it is endless loop, so is there any key where we can control X or control C to interrupt that endless
Here you can
execution?
top button. You can provide this one.
This is the okay Jupyter or something, but and not in Ripple mode like VS Code or something.
VS Code, you can give stop button is available on the top. You can use it. So
Okay.
at runtime, right? There is a stop button is available. You can provide. I'll try to show you this one. Okay, here there is a play button, right? There you can use it for stop also.
Yeah, got it. Mm.
Okay, so this is a debug. This is a stop. Play
Yeah,
start and stop. Both you can use it at runtime. Okay, like this you can approach it.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay, now it's running always. It doesn't stop it until I'm breaking at runtime. Okay, now the keyboard interrupt is happening, then you are come out from this console. Like this, you can use your control statement at runtime for you. So whether it is a range, you must go with the for loop. Whether it is not related to the range, you must go with a while statement. And another one more thing is if statement. If it's nothing but you're going to extract the output if and if else. It's a one-line execution. It will not be following with any iterative basis. Only one thing. If the condition met, then it will be run. Otherwise, it will be come up in the endpoint. I'll give you this one. X equal to 10. If X equal to 10, then what I can do? Print X. Okay. And then I'm planning to change the value. X equal to 20. Oh, it's not iteration, right? We cannot extract the output. Only one time it's just going to be run it for you. So if the condition met, then it will be print the value. I'll do one thing. Value range of 5. I don't want to declare the value here. Sorry. Equal to greater than or less than. So then I'm planning to print the value. Okay, here the iteration I'm planning to do that. In this iteration, wherever the condition met, then it will be print the value, otherwise it is. I'll give you 10 here. Right. Okay. Now if suppose you're running, you can see the output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This range is nothing but it will be populated 0 to 1 record at runtime. In this iteration basis, each element will be considered as a 0, 1, 2, 3. This value will be going to be applied. This is going to be, I'm checking with if conditions. If this condition meets, then it will be print the output. So until 4, it's matching the condition. Once it's reached to the 5, it will be through as a false statement. Then that's the reason you're not seeing the output here. So that's the use of your if. You can use one more. It's called else. If the condition meets, then you can print the value. Not met, then print the range cross. And you can print your X value. So I value are printed. You can see up to 0 to 4 condition met, then it will be running it. Apart from them, this is not met the condition, then the else statement will print for you or print.
Okay, is there any else if option is there or it's only else?
Yeah, LF also you can use it. This is the if. LF, else if is a short term of LF I greater than 8. Okay. Print greater than 5 I value. This I would like to. You can see 5, 6, 7 met the condition. And then once 8 is crossed, then else condition will be populated here. I don't want to declare the 5 here. The byte might much better to understand. So 0 to 4, first print statement will work because the condition met less than 5. Once it's reached into the 5, the second condition earlier statement is going to play for you and populate the output. And then else statement. So it's crossed greater than 8, then you can see the output of 8 and 9. Okay. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Any question, guys? Any doubts till now? With the string sizing, iterator, and the control statements. Any doubts as of now? Oh, great then. We'll go to the next topic. UDF and the lambda. Mhm. UDF user defined functions. That's the short name for UDF. Okay, so how it is here? So everything you want to define and then you want to use it. That's the use of the UDF. So at runtime, you cannot do all the aggregation. You want to declare some variable and sorry, some function. That function you are going to purposely use for your nodes locally. There only the UDF will help you. Let's do the example. Before I am doing this Mr. Complication and all in a different way. Now I am going to create as a function. Multiple root square root SQRT value, something like I'm planning to declare. Here I'm going to declare x as a variable. This x I want to square root it, which means I want to multiple 2 times. I want to iterate double. I don't want to square root it, double value. So I want to make the value into the double time. So x star x. Okay. So this is a simple function. I declare this function. If you want to retry, then you can go here. Type of the function name. Okay, you can see this one. So now double val is a function name. Using this function, I can use my variable element at runtime for me. Example, I can see I can declare the value double val of 10. Then will be output. This output will be giving with a 10 into 10. It's a double output. This is going to be executed for us at runtime. Now I want to do some comparisons. If x greater than 10, or y equal to. Okay. So if it is greater than 10, more than 10 values available, then it will be populate the value into double. Okay, maybe I'll give you the less. Okay, less than 10, then what are the value? It will make as a double. If it is not less than 10, else mm, y equal to okay, greater than 10 means I want to control the value at runtime. So x plus x. I don't want to multiply. Instead of multiplication, I would like to go with addition. This is I'm planning right now. The code I just derived. This entire code I just declare as a function current. Now I'm going to run it. So you can see 10 is greater than 10 value. So this condition met and crossed more than that. So that it will be doing addition. Now if I suppose to provide the value of 9, you can see. Then it will be react with multiplication. So like this, I can derive my use cases as a one function and I can utilize at runtime for my coding development. That is called user-defined functions. Some common function is available like our string tuple or whatever we are using it, right? There is a common reference functions that we can use to convert. It's a system inbuilt function. Thus you can use it wherever you require. You can create your own function like this and you can use it at runtime. Okay, this is the common way. So now you can any questions with user different functions till now?
Yes, sir. I do have a question. So,
Yeah,
what is the scope of this function, sir? So, where should I define this function and where can I access it?
this
And
is will be
also,
defined at runtime with your interpreter. It won't store anywhere. You are trying to make this function. You can store this function at runtime on your execution code. It doesn't store
okay,
anywhere for you.
say for example, I have two files,
Mm.
which is file one and file two. I have written this double var function in file one, and can I access it in file two?
That you can do with some classes objects that I will tell you in a subject. Just give me some time. I will explain that word.
Okay,
Okay.
and just on another question, like here,
Mm.
here, like while calling this function, you have passed the value as 10. So here
Mm.
it took it as a integer and it provided the result. So what happens if I passed any string value or anything like that? How will
It's
this?
if it is a string data type value or pointer at runtime, then it will be throwing error because this addition will not be work with your string data type. Am I right? But a
Yeah,
double will work. Example 9.9. What is the output you have?
will be getting 9.9 into 9.9.
Something. So 9.9 into 9.9, whatever it is, it comes to you out as output. So it's a numerical factor. So you don't have any trouble, it will be throwing the output. Now let me go with some string references. This is the I am trying to compare the value right at runtime. Whatever I'm passing this x that is considered as a parameter, it is going to be comparative here. This comparison will not work with your string and integer. That's what you're getting here. So wherever you're going to use it, you have to be very careful what kind of data it is, what kind of element you're going to run at runtime for you. Based on that only you're getting the proper output. Got it? Any question, guys? Are you clear as of now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a normal functions. So one more, yesterday you asked me somebody about lambda. So lambda function also kind of functions, but we have small differences. So I don't want to declare this value and all. I want to do the multiplication at runtime, then I can use it. Let me go with simple example. The was this one. I don't want to compare any values at runtime. Just I'm planning to return out. Okay, I may be going to use some different name. The values of 10. I can extract the output as it is. There is no delays. I can extract the value. This small function I can declare as a lambda function. So x equal to lambda of y star y or double. Okay, okay, I can use this for that. Double double y star y. Okay. Now the same command I'm trying to apply here. As well, this is the variable type of double. It is acting as a function. Above also, we are trying to declare defined functions. This defined function also kind of functions. Wherever I'm using the variable, this variable wherever I'm using the lambda, this also will act as a function. Now I'm trying to run it. I can see the output as it is. So this variable, a single variable, going to be act as a function. Then it's called as a lambda function. But here you're not declaring any variable. Here you're trying to declare the entire defined functions. It's not a variable. Here you're declaring the variable name as a functions here. There are the differences. But the advantage first I'd like to inform you in the lambda function, you can easily create a runtime and you can use as your wish without any problem. But disadvantages, you cannot go with more than one line. All whatever you're doing, it should be a simplified and a single line basis. If you want to do anything related to the ITT basis, you want to compare this if conditions and else condition and their if conditions, anything more than that, more than a single line, then you must go with a defined functions. There's the differences. So actual
So,
function is defined
if
basis,
any,
this function
okay,
only. Yeah.
okay, you are saying any manipulation, manipulation process, it is a simple, simple conditions we can use with the lambda. If you go,
Yeah.
if you go with multiple manipulation process in that scenario, we need to like by default use a different functions.
Yeah, correct. That's it. Okay. So now you are clear, right? Between the lambda and UDF.
Okay. Here I want to know that. So, when I click when I type the type of tables, it is saying function. Okay, but
Hmm.
it is not a function. Here it is not a function. It is a variable.
Hmm. Here, this is the variable will be act as a function for you.
Function. Okay.
You can see the type of the variable.
Mm,
This
mm, mm,
variable
mm,
act as
mm,
a functions. Am I right? So
mm.
yeah, variable is going to be act as a
See,
functions for you. That
okay.
variable is
The
called as
same
a
kind
lambda function.
okay, the same kind of scenario, I can like use without a lambda, I can use the variable manipulation process. Like doubles equal to y into y. And then
Hmm.
we can use it. And then what is the difference without a lambda conditions?
If suppose you are going to execute without lambda, it won't work because you are not doing any declaration. Like that you are saying, right? Without your using the lambda keyword. Am I right?
Can you remove that y underscore column? Can you remove that y underscore? Yeah. Can you run it?
Okay. What is the meaning for them? How the
Meaning
machine is going to be understand? It doesn't understand, right? Let me run it. So y is not defined, which means this y I will be expect as a variable at runtime for you. It's not a function basis
Okay,
parameters.
okay, got it, got it.
Okay, it's
Yeah,
a
here,
variable, it will be considered. But if you're going
mm,
to declare like a lambda of y means this y will be considered as a parameter. Based on this parameter, it will be
mm.
going to react at runtime for you.
So you are saying like the lambda, it is behave like a inbuilt function for user defined. For it is a like protocol of user defined function. Am I right?
Yeah, at runtime you can create the function and you can use your development. Any kind of manipulation is a simple manipulation, then you can use it. Okay. Example, I'll give you this lambda scenario. Previously, I want to extract only the first letter, each of them. Then how can I do that? It's live
Yes.
first. There's the functions I'm planning to use it. So what I can do, what are the variable I'm going to declare in the string? This is I'm trying to extract the first element. So x equal to x of 0. That's it. Okay. Now let me go into check the value of what is the value I declared? L x. Any values is available. The x is equal. At the beginning we declare some variable, right? Okay. Yeah. I just copy it and go to the last. Only I want to extract first element. So slice first x. Then I'll be getting the output of
B. B.
only b. Right. So this function going to be help for my all the development. Now this is a single variable. I can apply multiple element together and I can use this lambda function at runtime. I can do that. Using zip function also we can do that. Am I right? So like this in your real time, you can use the function according with your business use cases. So what is the
But
purpose of use cases you want to derive? Based on that, you have to create either it should be a lambda or you user define, and then you can start your execution.
okay. In the some one of I mean some scenario, if I need to
Hmm.
do some multiple manipulation process, one is for addition and one for multiplication,
Hmm.
third one for division. In that scenario, the lambda will not support. So in that scenario, we
Yeah,
need
we
to
cannot.
define.
You have to go with the define basis function you have to create. User define function you have to create. That's a normal UDF. This is lambda UDF.
So yeah, okay, it
Oh.
seems like it is like a constructor in the hoops.
Yeah, each of the record, what is the simplified manipulation? So based on the otherwise you cannot declare a variable and all right. This is simply you can declare it here. How you can declare multiple statements here together? No, not possible. So that's a
Got
bit
it,
difficult.
got it, got it.
Okay. Any other question, guys? Okay. Are you clear with UDF now? UDF and lambda? Any question? So as of now, no queries. So string slicing, iterator control statements and UDF and lambda. I hope all this five is clear. Any question you can ask me, otherwise I will start with the OOF concept. Recursive is not a function, so you can use it at runtime. That's it. You will be declaring that the same function you are going to apply multiple times the same environment, then it's called as a recursive. So lambda slice first, okay? Maybe I'm going to apply this one. Slice first. I want to extract once this value is left. What is the balance is available? Like that, I want to extract that value. B equal to lambda y result equal to the result column is this what are the value I'm passing it? I'm going to use this recursive method. So price first will be with the I want to write that. Mm, one more lambda, this is I'm applying inside. Let me try whether it is work or not. Okay, this is going to be, and again, I want to iterate the value at runtime. So X is one string element. Right? Well, to slice first off, I condition mix, then it go inside and read another one record again. So what I can declare check equal to equal to slice first the value, which is going to store it as a y, and only b is available, and then I want to split the key from our existing value. No, not working this one. And then I choose, okay, everything is citation disease. I can print all each of the elements of separate, okay. The recursive way I have to do. It's going to iterate each value, so I want to pass a content. Maybe I'll create a script. Yeah, perfect. Right? First, entire data I will be get input, and I want to iterate it one by one, and I want to introduce each of the element at runtime. Are you equal to So 0. It will be repeatedly rotating right now. It is perfect. Why? Oh, okay. Just stop it right now, right?
I think return, you have to pass only the, value, not, not the same function.
Yeah, wait. Very long that I have done it. Like data failure. This is I'm trying to expose. Okay, so it is keep on iterating with the first letter again. So we have to slice the first values. So what I can do,
No. Actually, yeah, I mean, once you return the value, again you are passing the same function. That is the reason.
yeah, that's what. So same function, that's a recursive. I'm trying to show some examples.
Okay.
So only y is equal to it's 0 means it has to be reduced down value at runtime for your big data period. It has to be reduced every time. Okay, 1,0 if I supposed to pass, then it will be react. Okay.
I think you have to use steps -1
Why?
to reduce.
No, I'm trying to reduce this value and pass as a y. Again, this is going to be called inside as a input again. So next time it will come with only this value as an input. So repeatedly just print the value whenever it's going as a iteration. This I'm thinking and I'm planning to implement it. So slice here. Let me try. Will this work or not? We must try. Depth exit by calling with an object. Some error comes. Uh, Something else, slight difference is happening. I cannot find exactly, but this is recursive. So this function I'm calling as a return again into the same. That's called as a recursive function. I'm very close, but at first like complete in time. Maybe later the topics I'll retry and will update you that. But this is a concept. I'm sure this is the concept. Somewhere we are doing the mistakes. Okay, same functions. Repeatedly, I'm going to recursively. I'm using it. Okay, we'll try later. Once the OOPS concept is over, we'll switch back to this topic and we'll work together. Okay. So, have any other question?
Yeah, I think there is a call in the OOPS, there is a call value parameter, call value reference. I think that attributes we need to define while defining the function.
Yeah. Each attribute will be declared. The mostly the function will be following with parameters only.
Yeah.
So, what is the argument parameter declare based on just kind of react at 5. So here we are correct. As of now, this is correct. It just kind of expect the data maybe, and then somewhere we are doing the mistakes. Okay, we'll do it later. Once the final topic moves concept will be discussed, and then we will switch back with the recursive and try our best. Okay. Clear? Any other questions? Till now, any other questions? Okay, then we are good to go. Then we will go with next topic with oops. So oops is nothing but mostly you'll be designing the code module as a packages and you're going to use it at something. So for the oops concept, Jupyter Lab is not good for you. I'd like to go with some this one module because we have to create everything as a module here and we are planning to use it. I'm going to create one more package day two. Here in this day two, I'm going to create the package.
Here, this is which one? I mean, what is the name for ID? This is
PyCharm.
sorry.
This
Py?
is PyCharm. PyCharm.
Py.
PyCharm. PyCharm. This is the idea.
PyCharm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's inbuilt with Anaconda. You can use it.
Okay. So basically, the OOPS will not support by Jupyter.
No, Jupyter Lab is not comfort to explain everything in the Jupyter in that hoop concept. It will support. You cannot interfere multiple packages together. That's what I just using this one.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to create multiple files and I want to import the files together. It's a bit difficult to explain in your Jupyter Lab. So understanding basis, I didn't choose it right now. Okay. That's it. So now let me going to create one file. Hope maybe I'll rename the file. Oops, one something I'm going to create it. Here I'm going to declare the value called as a class. Class, object, method. These are all the keyword you're going to learn it right now in the whole concept. So object is nothing but you will be going to declare multiple statements with separate module. Those modules you want to access to other environment, then you want to declare as a classes only here. That's the use of classes. Okay. So how we need to declare these classes and how we are going to call them packages and method and objects. That's we are going to see as an example. So now I'm going to create day two. Day one, this is the class name I'm declaring right now. Inside the class name, I'm going to call some inputs.
Okay, you are saying
Mm,
class. Sorry for interrupting. You are saying
yeah,
that the class can be like called as a like a package or a method
it's a
or
model.
else object. Oh, okay,
It's a
model.
model. This model you want to access through one variable. That variable we are calling as a functions. Okay, we'll see some examples and you'll
Okay.
get some idea. Okay, so functions and method both are same. But functions you can use alone. You don't need any classes. Inside to the classes, if you're going to use any function, that function is called as a method. Okay, same
Okay.
like you tried with above the previously you are discussing about the functions, right? The functions you'll be declaring define. That's the same define function. You can use it and you can create your own. So something addition I want to create it. So in this addition, I want to declare self is a kind of keyword. It's an inbuilt keyword to call your classes inbuilt. It will be going to communicate with multiple functions at the same time. So we'll see example first, then you'll get some idea. So X, I'm going to declare it right now. This X, I want to access it. What I can give right now. Return X plus X. There's a one function I chose it. Next, multiplication X, what are the value I'm going to access it? Return X star X. Mhm. Subtraction my X. Mm, 10 x 10 minus. I can give it 10 minus x because x minus x always is 0. I want to give you the one. Okay. So this is the multiple functions. As discussed before, this is also kind of functions we just declared. These multiple functions will be created into a same class. If this function comes inside to the class, then it's called as a method. This method I cannot directly access it, so that only you'll be creating a one main function. Those main functions are going to be React for your content. So main function, there are the syntax you want to use to access it. Inside this syntax, you are going to create one variable on top of this class. So day one is a class name. I declare it. This class name, this classes I want to access one variable. Example.
That
Oh,
variable
no.
it is called as a object.
Yes, exactly. So now O is our variable. This variable is going to be communicate to classes, which means inside these classes we have multiple functions. These functions we are calling as a method. I just recalling you again the difference between method and functions. Function will become under two classes. If it comes under to the classes, then it's called as a method. So class day one inside your multiple method you created all this method you want to access it together. Then you want to create one object. This is this common generic one object going to be communicate all your methods. Now I just created, oh, here's a kind of one object I just created. This object I'm going to use it at runtime. How I can do that? O dot. You can see once I provide O dot, you can see add multiplication subtraction. All three will come. Yes, it's a few. Because this class day one, I'm going to infer as an object name. This object name is going to be start and read all inside your methods. Now, if I want to do the additions, I can give the additions and I pass argument x here. So that I just give you the argument of x here also. Example 10, I'm going to give it. Then you're going to print this output. You can see. So 10 plus 10, 20. This output, you're getting as output back here. Which means addition module going to be called it. Inside this addition module, this what are the values you're passing as argument? This is going to be multiple, so I added twice and will respond back to you. This is happening. Same like. Now I want to add multiplication. So multiplications, I'm going to use object O dot MUL is a method is available. This is I'm trying to call it, and I'm passing some value. So previous output will give you addition output. It's going to be react with multiple. Okay, addition 12, 20, multiplication comes with 100. This is you're expecting the output as. Got it?
Okay, here I want to know that what is the purpose of like the if conditions name equal to name. Which what is the purpose of if conditions?
This one.
Yeah.
This
If I
is a
may,
syntax.
okay.
This is a syntax
If
to call your main method.
yeah, which means if I use the name equal to main, which means I am going to execute some classes, class or function, object. Am I right? That is an indication
Yeah.
for these conditions. Am I right?
This is the indication for your Python interpreter where this is going to be start, there only the command is going to be start and run it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
what will happen? Above line is going to be executed at runtime, right? So wherever you are going to call the main method, here only just going to be object going to be in for the day one. During
Yeah,
this day one
that's what.
interface,
That's what.
it's just
Yeah,
going to be read
yeah, that's
and
what I'm.
start.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. If I use the if name equal to main, which means it is trying to execute the, it is a execute command.
Yeah. It is a executions for your Python interpreter, not for
Interpreter.
you. You
Okay.
are going to inform to your Python interpreter you want to start from here only. This is the first step of execution for you.
Okay.
So what it can do, the Python going to be start the line of 16 and then it is going to be read the values one by one.
Okay. Okay. So,
Okay.
like, okay, the line number 1 to line number 12. Okay. So that is the definition of the, like a class. Definition of the class.
Yes,
Okay.
correct. This
So,
is the class references.
yeah, definition of the class. Okay. After that,
Mm.
I want to run that any class in that time. I need to use the if name equal to mine. So in the time it is saying like, I mean, it is, I mean, it is passed to Python interpreter to run that flow, no, to run the execute command based on that,
Correct.
definition of the class. Okay.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
You're correct to the point. So from here only, it's going to be read it and continue your start progress. Okay. Is it clear, everyone?
Okay.
Yeah.
And one more thing, they add and multiplication functions. There are by default there are two parameters in passing. One is self, another one is like some variable. Right? Okay, so here self it is like it is by default. It is optional parameter. We can pass or we can I mean the value can be
Self
passed.
is a reserved keyword for your Python. This is nothing but this method is going to be registered inside to the class. That's you want to acknowledge. That's what you are using self keyword.
Okay, okay. By
So in
default,
other
okay.
programming, you can hear about this keyword. So this keyword and self both are same only. In Java, they are calling us a this. Here it's called as a self, which means this addition method is going to be registered inside to your class
Okay,
day
okay,
one. That's the
okay.
meaning for this.
Okay, okay. So suppose if I am run that, if I call with the add command with two parameter, that time it will show the error. So which
Yeah, correct.
means, yeah. So the self, the parameter, we can, I mean, it is not a parameter. It is like mapping with class.
Truth. Yeah. It's just going to be registered inside to your classes. Okay.
So self, I mean the self parameter, it must be like defined
You
with
want to declare.
method.
Inside to the class, you want to declare it.
Must
What
be
if
declared.
suppose if you are going to declare it, what will happen?
I don't know.
Is this correct? You can see some errors throwing here. Does
Okay.
not define add, and so plus operator cannot be used to something. You're getting some error pop up, right?
Okay, 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 okay.
So it won't consider and running for your runtime.
Okay, okay, got it, got it.
So once you declare, then only it will be considered properly. Okay.
Got it, yeah, thanks.
Self, sorry for repeating again. This self is actually is it like in a setting
It
or
is a inside to your Python module settings. Python can consider this wherever the self is available, then it will be considered this method registered with your class one, class two, or how many classes you create. And this inside to this indentation, this going to be registered with your class tag. That's the
okay,
meaning for them.
means self will that method will take with that class name.
Yeah. Otherwise, what will happen? It doesn't consider. Okay. Same example. Class one. I'm going to use it. And create one more page. Two. Okay. Here I'm declaring class name is a different. Day two, I'll be declared had. Okay. Addition, I'll give you plus x. 3 times of x I just populated here. Here also I'm declaring day two is a class name, but same method I just declared it. Here also I'm declaring class day one as a name, but same method I just declaring it here. But this behavior is different, this behavior is different. If I suppose I want to read this one, day two at runtime, and then I will be continuing the flow. How I can do that? How can we do that?
Can create an
So
object of D2 and we
object,
can.
yeah.
One more object I'll be create for understanding purpose, division. Division by two. I'll be declaring it here. So two method I declare inside to date two. One method is the same name, another one is a new method I just declare it here. I want to infer this method and run my operations at runtime. How can we do that?
through the object creation.
During this object creation, it has to be inferred, right?
Yeah,
Because object one, you're going to call only with day one output. Correct.
right.
So, but I want to call day two of addition output. How can we do that? So
we
here
can
only
define another one more object declaration.
we don't want to do that. There only we want to import this OOP to inside to OOPS one and we can run it. That's it.
You can
Now how
inherit
we
the
can import it? Yeah. Just tell me.
we can inherit the day two class in the day one, and then we can access it in the day
Yeah.
one.
Exactly. That's we can do it right now. So that's concept is called
Inheritance.
inheritance. Okay. So how we can inherit from OOPS to import day two. So day two is a kind of classes available. It's available in OOPS2 file. Here this file, this class is available. I'm trying to inherit it. And this inheritance I want to use into the same class. So how can we do that? Day one of day two, which means day one is a parent, day two is a inherit child. It's just going to be infer at runtime for you.
So
Got it?
day two is parent, right?
Oh, sorry. Day two is a parent. Day one is going to be inherit on parent of day two. Correct.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Now it's clear.
Yeah. Now here
Any
we'll
question?
call. Now how we'll call that?
How can we call it?
Okay. That day two.
Hmm.
So here how will react that? I mean addition.
So what are the function we are getting it?
Yeah,
Add,
like
order
that is
divisions.
Sorry.
division.
Order divisions. Same
Here you can see
method.
this one. When
Same
you are
method
going to
also.
call the behavior, you can see division is come from day two, all other come from day one. So like this, you can infer it. I'm going to call it. Okay, same object. I can call only the day one, but inside is going to be infer the day two and accepting this values of division. Division come from day two only. Am I right? You can see this.
But
Okay,
yeah.
when I declare the object, okay, okay, then I mean the parameter is not, like it is not passed to day one. I mean,
Hmm.
I mean, the day one, the class, it is getting the parameter as a day two, as a parameter. But when I define the, like declare the object, in that scenario, we are just mention the class one only, but we are not passing the, like day two parameter.
Here you cannot do anything. Here you
Mm.
cannot. If you want, you can use the object of two. O2 equal to, he can directly infer day two. Okay. So here you can see the examples. So here what will happen? O2 dot add. What will be the output?
I think the double time the additions will happen.
Let's see. It just kind of be multiple three times. Added three times. So previously, because this is the parent, this is the child. So trying to impose the value at runtime and just going to be populate for you as you expected. Am I right? So if you want to accept separate classes alone, then you have to create separate object. You want to inherit that existing classes, then you can use the same object and you can inherit at runtime. So what to have only the feature of day two methods, correct? Addition division only will be showing to you. It doesn't show more than that. But object one have all four is available, correct? All right.
Yeah, suppose one scenario. Let's focus on the first class, and it has the add method, and the same thing also in the class 2.
Hmm.
So how it will react? Like it will override, or how it will happen?
Then you have to use the override method, override options. You have to use it.
So here it will support override or over. There is two things,
No,
no?
Override,
it's a
override.
override. It's a override.
Override, and one is
Yeah,
the
method override. Because same function is available. You want to read the data at runtime, right? Existing what is that? Same functions, same method is available between two classes. So you can do
yeah.
that at runtime, correct?
Okay,
So then you can use the override options to read it at runtime for you. But
okay.
it will be React based on your input basis also. What can I say?
Input and number of parameters. Right?
Yeah. So does Python support overloading or overriding?
Overloading is nothing but same function have a multiple argument.
Okay,
That's overloading. Addition have x comma y. Here addition x only is available. So based on your argument, it's just going to be reacted. That's the overloading. Method is going to be overload based on your inputs. Am I right?
okay.
That's the overloading. Overriding a bit different.
Overriding same method, same parameter, but it is in two
Yeah,
classes.
yeah, exactly. It's just going to be override at runtime.
Okay, so suppose
Okay.
like the same method it is is defined with
Hmm,
both classes. Okay,
hmm.
when I call that when I declare the object, if I want to like by if I want to run any particular method from class 1 or class 2, in that time I have to mention the override there, like the keyword. So when I define with the when I call with the object with along with method, that time that based on that override option it will call. Am I right?
Yeah, but overriding bit complex because you have to use
Oh.
super keyword and then you want to import it. Whenever you're going to override your model, what will happen? This model is going to be not used at all.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
because day one have a addition method, day two also have a addition method. If you're going to
Mm.
declare super class and you're going to import day two as a super class, then day two all the function only respond back to you. Day one completely collapse it for you. So mostly people are trying to avoid super keywords. They will be go with as it is. For example purpose, I'm trying to show you this is the way we can do that, but it will rise for dynamic issues also in runtime. Okay.
Super
I don't want
class
to
mean
confuse you
okay,
more in this.
okay, okay. Super class means you know that class when I mean the super class can be passed as a passed as a parameter to the another class. Okay, when I declare with the object for that class, and when I call the respective method, that time that super class method only it will call, right?
Yeah, super keyword is not a class. A super is a kind of how can I say? It's a kind of override permission. We can
Okay,
allow the override
okay,
permission to the classes.
okay, okay, okay,
So
fine,
whenever you're
fine.
going to give you the super classes, then it's just going to be react. What is that? Okay, here the so here if I'm going to declare this one super just add something we can declare it. Maybe it will come to the last. Very long back I have done it, but mostly the people are avoiding this one.
Okay, okay, okay.
So once you declare it, then it will be going to react as a what can I
Override,
say?
override.
It's going to be override the entire module, and
Okay, okay.
whatever is available that will be allowed. Like this, they can initiate it. Okay, so this is the way they can use it, but it will affect a lot in your real-time performance.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so correct syntax. If you are going to declare the correct syntax in super keyword, addition will come from day two only. It will not come from day one again. So that's a
Okay.
overriding.
Okay.
So in
fine.
interview, mostly in Java related interview, they will go with overriding and overloading. Overloading is nothing but same variable have different argument. More than
I
one
mean,
argument or
same
different
method,
different
same
argument is
method.
available.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
method, different
argument.
parameter. Yeah, different parameter. Different input.
That's some overloading. Overriding comes with the function, the method is going to be overridden into that your superclass. Just the use of overriding.
So superclass
Okay.
is the nothing but base class, right?
Yeah,
Main.
exactly. Wherever declared, that should be followed with a parent class.
So super keyword means it will affect that super method, super class method.
Super keyword is going to be give the priorities to your classes.
Okay.
That's the meaning. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the basic for your OOPS concept. So OOPS concept, classes, method, object, and inheritance. This four is important. And then polymorphism and some other information will come. Once you understand the basics, then you can easily enter into the other things.
Can
Okay,
you
I
also,
didn't boring you. Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Are you also covering that iterator, decorator, generator?
Tomorrow we will proceed. Almost time is over. Tomorrow we will be start and go forward with some other concept and the pandas also is bit pending. We'll be trying to cover this topic. Okay. Tomorrow we'll try to finish some pandas libraries and some exceptions with the OOPS concept.
Oh,
That will be covered tomorrow. Okay.
oh, okay.
And guys, tomorrow it might be delay because I have office time. So I'll update you when I'll be available. Okay.
Tomorrow is Sunday, na?
No, I'm in UAE, so here it's bit
Oh,
different.
okay. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Apart from that, I will have some personal questions then after that.
yeah, sure. We'll discuss. Okay. So as of now, you have any questions related to your OOPS concept and the query topics? Anyone? Any questions as of now?
Okay, nothing for my end.
Okay. What about others? Okay. So as of now, no queries. Then we can close it today and we'll
Yeah.
continue tomorrow where we left.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Kindly keep few minutes after this class here only.
Might be. I'll stop the recording and then we can discuss. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Any
yeah,
other
yeah.
question, guys, from you? Anyone? Okay. Fine then. I just stopped recording.